And today we're going to focus on the challenges and the opportunities for human space exploration beyond low Earth orbit. Human space exploration. We want to get back in that business. It's vital to our space program. It's vital to the science community. It pushes America's best and brightest to the limits of their creativity, and all of us on Earth benefit from it. The allure of exploration keeps our students in science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Just look what the Apollo program did, creating a whole generation of young scientists and engineers and mathematicians. And of course, it helps our country in our leadership in aerospace, basic research, and other high technology areas. So in the authorization bill from 2.5 years ago, we required NASA, quote, to expand permanent human presence beyond low Earth orbit, end of quote, calling on the agency to explore beyond LEO for the first time since the 1972 Apollo 17 mission, beyond low Earth orbit. Under the guidance of that authorization bill, NASA has been working with the nation's space industry to sustain a human presence on board the International Space Station. It is designated as a national laboratory, one component of it. And with NASA's guidance, one U.S. commercial company has already delivered cargo to the station. And just this past Sunday, another commercial company successfully tested its new rocket. And that rocket will deliver cargo to the station later on. Efforts to enable commercial crew delivery capabilities are also well underway. And we look forward to those successes. And so NASA sits at the nexus of the public and private space sectors, and these partnerships enhance what we can accomplish in space. For exploration beyond low Earth orbit, LEO, NASA is currently building and testing hardware for the new Space Launch System and the Orion crew capsule. These technologies will carry our astronauts further into space than ever before. In 2014, a test of Orion will fly the capsule 15 times higher than the ISS before returning it to Earth at speeds near those that General Stafford, who is one of our participants today, reached in his reentry in the Apollo 10 mission. And that Orion capsule is now undergoing final construction in the O&C building at the Kennedy Space Center. Its heat shield, the largest ever built, is on its way from Massachusetts. And following this test, the heavy lift rocket and the capsule will fly together for the first time in 2017 and then carry its first crew in 2021. NASA is also preparing its people and infrastructure to support this space exploration, to ensure that future missions have adequate ground support. Of course, what they're going through is the upgrades of all of the ground support equipment and launch infrastructure. And those will enable us in NASA, the military, and also the operations in the commercial space sector. So where do we go with these capabilities? Mars is the goal. With the right technology, SLS and Orion will be able to enable a wide range of human missions and destinations, which described going back to the authorization bill include, quote, the surface of the moon and near-Earth asteroids, end of quote. 2 weeks ago, NASA announced its plan to capture a small asteroid and redirect it to a stable orbit around the moon. And the concept is still being studied, but if NASA can find a suitable asteroid and redirect it with a robotic mission in time, our astronauts could visit and study the asteroid during a 2021 SLS Orion flight. And so we're going to hear about that today. Research is also underway to better prepare astronauts for the dangers of exploration beyond low Earth orbit. The Johnson Space Center in Texas, the hometown of this subcommittee's ranking member, Senator Cruz, houses NASA's Human Research Program. Many who have traveled into space participate in an annual physical at the Johnson Space Center. NASA is going to continue to learn about the effects of microgravity on the body when an American and a Russian start their one-year stay on board the International Space Station. We're learning a lot about the effects of zero-G and bone loss as a result of zero-G. We're going to learn at the Johnson Space Center all of the effects that we possibly can on radiation on the human body and how to protect us when we are going all the way to Mars, and what are the kinds of shields that we have to have in case there is a solar explosion on the way to those planets, or in fact, if we're on a moon base, what do we have to protect human life? So NASA's exploration efforts are strong and they're well underway. And there are a lot of challenges, particularly in this fiscal climate that we find ourselves. But with the leadership that we've seen, with the creativity, with the dedicated contractor force and the civil service workforce, then we would have reason to believe that NASA can achieve the goals. And so I want to welcome our witnesses here. I want to thank them. This is going to be an exciting topic to discuss.